Welcome back, everyone, to Dragon Age. Let's take a look around the camp here. So, in the last episode, I noticed one of these little carts in the cutscene. That doesn't look great clipping to the ground like that, but are these pulled by something? Obviously, I think this is like a. I can't go in it. This is. I was gonna say it's like a little guard tower, but no, I guess it's a log wagon. That's interesting looking. I'm getting some frame rate stutters here. Let's talk to this guy. Yes, I'm going with Meryl.
I want to go with you. Marathari probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlin.
Yeah, I'm gonna take more people.
I'll follow you, just to make sure Meryl doesn't go running to the Keeper when you tell her I'm coming.
Voice sounds familiar. Child, elf woman. I'll assume that a character named Elf Woman isn't gonna have really any stuff to say to me. I'm gonna take this stuff that I'm finding and hopefully sell it. Eldest of the Sun. This cart. Wow. Okay. I'll go check that out in the codex later. Axe. Oh. Okay. I wonder where the person is. Okay. Wonder where the person is that I can buy and sell things with. Just finding a few little things here. Hopefully the audio is fine in this episode. I did some adjustments after the last one because there were obviously some issues with the volume. Alright, Meryl is who I need to take with me. But where is the merchant? Why is this still... Wait. I didn't mean to talk to you.
Then let's find Meryl. Ready whenever you
I didn't mean to talk to you. I'm sorry. Okay. Are you the merchant? No. Are you the merchant?
So you have returned to us, Khaled. We are grateful for whole and well. So you should be.
Wow. Didn't expect a scolding here. Yeah.
Once you saw what was inside, you should have returned.
We did.
Suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, perhaps it pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dullin. You belong to more than just yourself. You do not remember.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Let us tell these children all of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Wonder if I get anything from doing this. I'll help. Let's do it.
Come then. Tell me.
Sure.
Go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish.
character is white as a ghost. That last option. That's great. Anyway.
Slaves to a terrible empire that the humans built on the darkest
Uh-huh.
When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the Creator, and we
Oh, that heat effect on the side of the screen looked cool.
our long years of slavery.
Yes, but the humans wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first.
Yeah, what a shame.
Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Huh.
And so
It's very obvious in the dialogue
they took
system
our
which one I'm
land,
supposed to say.
dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods.
I say which one I'm supposed to say. Which one I can say to not sound like an idiot.
Our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
Yeah. And this is pretty much why I chose to be an elf in this game. I like the concept of just kind of getting out away from society and not having to worry about its troubles.
We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore.
Excuse me for yawning.
Thank you for your forbearance, Nugget. You remember both the tale and the oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back to your tasks.
I pray you find Tamlin quickly, but hey, thanks for, yeah, I want to ask him this. Did the elves ever live in caves?
I never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlatha, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlen, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
I got you. Okay, I should go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Galen.
Okay. Oh, something I can grab over here. Oh, that might be better. Okay, I'll general. Earlier, I don't. All right.
In your mind now, are you? Then let's find Meryl. I'm ready whenever.
I didn't mean to talk to him. Okay, so do I have a map? I do. Bowmaker, maybe that's who I'm supposed to talk to. Okay.
I'm glad you've recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one
I would like a nice bow. A nice, a simple wooden bow.
Used it in battle against the claimed
I think that would be really nice to have.
with honor.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Take whatever you need.
Okay. There we go. Party inventory. Sell. Sell. I'll sell all but 2 of these, just in case. I'll sell 1 of these. I'll sell the shield, because I'm not going to use that. But I can't afford the longbow, and I've already got a scout's bow. I don't know that I really want a helmet, you know? Doesn't look like I can really afford much, so that's fine. We need to look at our gear, though. Oops. Is it select? Okay. Yeah, y'all have to forgive me for my rust here. Okay. It looks like this scout bow would be a little bit better. Whoops. I'm wearing those. Let's at least look at how this helmet looks. Yeah, I'm not a fan really. Yeah, the Dalish gloves are better. That's right. Okay. So alright, let's get on with this. Let's go talk to our new friend Merrill. Wait. So I'm guessing Aravels are what those are. We'll read about that in the Codex sometime.
The keeper told me I'm to accompany you back
Yes,
to those
please.
caves. As your apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
What does she have on her back?
What about Fenrir? You didn't think
Yeah,
I'd notice him?
I totally didn't think you'd notice this entire person.
We were supposed to go alone. Have you asked the keeper about this?
Okay. I don't know if I can pass this intimidation check.
Fine. But if the keeper gets angry?
I passed the intimidation check. I feel good.
Are you ready to go? And let us make haste while daylight lasts.
I like that. Make haste while daylight lasts. It's a good way of putting it. Alright. So we're back here in the forest. Shooting some dudes. I will say, so far the combat feels fine. Oh.
What were those things? Were those darkspawn?
Yeah, you're asking me?
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
Yeah, maybe the mirror did this.
What darkspawn have to do with our people? The stories say our Lathan fell long before the darkspawn appeared. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you alright? Were you hurt during the fight?
Yeah, I mean,
You look quite pale now that Meryl's mentioned.
Nothing. Forget I said anything. Let's go.
huh. Some stuff. Does she have a... Oh, it's a staff. I was gonna say, does that chick have a greatsword? Greatswords don't feel very elven to me, you know? Like, you'd expect some kind of orc or human or whatever. Like, you wouldn't expect an elf to have something like that.
I wonder whose camp this is. Do you remember it being here? The Grey Warden said he was returning to the cave. Perhaps
Maybe it
this
is.
If so, he's not here now. We've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
Genlock. I kind of wish it would auto-target the next guy, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll just let y'all deal with that. Just let me loot some dudes. This game has that kind of distinct BioWare look to its movement. I've noticed that from the footage I've seen of the first Mass Effect game, and also of Knights of the Old Republic, that the characters have this kind of similar animation across the games. I don't know if that's because they use the same, I guess, animation data or whatever to do the character movement. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but to me it's very distinctive. Kind of like Fallout 3 and Oblivion. They both have a very distinct way that their character movement looks.
So these are the ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, all that's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Just being pragmatic here.
Still, even if he's here somewhere, we need to find his body. Let's just pray we're wrong.
I like her little tights. Something I can sell. I think we went the other way last time. I'm gonna go this way this time. Oh, I can disarm. Oh. I mean, it makes sense. I'm a rogue, right? I should be able to disarm the trap. But I guess it just wasn't really clear to me that I could do that. But now it is. And the trap is disarmed. Alright. Acid flask. It's interesting. Some health. Oh, a darkspawn mace. Okay. Is there a trap here? Might be a trap on the other side. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't open that door. That's fine. Yeah, just run right into the trap, please. Just please do that. But yeah, okay, it makes total sense now because it actually highlights the pressure plate and everything. That's my bad for not knowing that. Where are you going? No loots. I like that we've got a couple of ranged people and then somebody to get up in the enemy's face. It's a fairly decent party construction. Wow. I am a professional. Genlock Emissary. Yeah, so far the ranged combat feels a little bit more satisfying than melee did in the last recording. Yeah, I gotta level up. Alright, let's level up. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep putting some into dexterity. And cunning. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah. I feel like having more health is good. I already forget if it being like highlighted in the box means I have it. No, no, no. It says learn, so that means I don't have it. Okay. The archer carefully places each shot for maximum effect while in this mode. This decreases rate of fire, but grants bonuses to attack, damage, armor penetration, and critical chance. Like some good passive stuff, but speed wins out over power while this mode is active, as the archer fires more rapidly without any chance of inflicting regular critical hits. Master archer increase. That sounds pretty decent. Not really worrying about using the dual weapon stuff. But I do want something kind of melee to use. I think... Yeah, look at that. It already equipped it. That's great. Alright. Ha! The creature I killed before is a skeleton now. I will take the greatsword. Okay, Sam? I took the greatsword. I'm not going to use it. I wanted to pick up stuff on the floor. Alright, let's talk to Duncan.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought
Thanks for helping.
You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
For real. Yeah. You're the one who saved me.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. Last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andaran Atishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Nero, Keeper's apprentice.
And I am Fenarel. Did you come here alone, human? Battling all those creatures?
I mean, it's pretty much his job, guys.
Pressure off me. Your keeper would send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger. So you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw
Yep, that's
the
right.
mirror. I see. That's unfortunate. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin,
Tevinter.
used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released
Okay.
it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlin too, I presume.
I don't know how to approach this. If it's broken, can we fix it? It's dangerous, we should destroy it. I don't know how taking it to the keeper will help. Let's go option 4.
You have it still, and it will infect others so long as this mirror is
Okay.
Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
Alright, what should we do?
First, we deal with the mirror. It is a pestilence and a threat.
Oh no, how will Skeletor ever return? He turns around and we're gone.
It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
How dare you? Yeah, what about Tamlin?
There is nothing we can do. Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
I realize now that I should probably read out my dialogue choice for anybody who may be interested instead of kind of just blowing through it. So I'll try to do better about that in the future. Won't there at least be a body? Can we just leave the cave like this? Is it safe? Why not just tell me what the cure is? I'm not ready to give up the search just yet. Very well, let's go back to the cave. Yeah, won't there at least be a body?
The Darkspawn would have taken it.
Why would they take his body? Want to eat it?
Darkspawn are evil creatures, and it's best to leave it at that. Sorry.
I feel like we shouldn't give up the search just yet.
If you prefer, I can wait outside while you look about, but I assure you, he will not be here. I suggest, however, leaving sooner rather than later. You are sick whether you feel it or not, and it does you no good to linger.
I'm gonna look around to be sure.
Wish. I will see you back at camp.
Okay. It's a lot of stuff popping off on the screen. Oh. Okay. I'm kind of glad that I stayed in here now. I don't know that I'll necessarily wear that chainmail. I don't know. Or even if I can. Some more armor. Cool. Whoa! That kind of spooked me a little bit there, boyos. Ah. That good RPG feel. When you get stunned and you just have to kind of take it. Usually I dislike when games spawn enemies behind me like that, but I guess I'm enjoying this game enough that it didn't bother me. I will say it's a bit early for me to say that I'm like really enjoying the game. I am having a good time with it, but I've been genuinely wanting something like this. An RPG that I can sit here and play, controller in hand. My PC's not really set up in a way where I can sit at it and play. So typically if I'm playing something like Baldur's Gate or the like, I'm playing it on my laptop, which also isn't the same. But yeah, I've genuinely been wanting something like this to play. And I'm glad that I was able to pick up a copy of this, for sure. that's actually one of the reasons it took me a while to actually get this. I was having this. I've had this game suggested to me for a while by a friend of mine, but I was holding out to get a physical copy.
I'm relieved you have returned, and I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either.
Dare I ask you, Tamlin, what did you find of him?
He's gone. He is gone.
Merrill, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back?
I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror.
I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had good reasons for your actions.
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel, then, Duncan. Merrill, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvin, Innkeeper, right away.
Dalen, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Very well.
Tell Haren Pybel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
So I was asked by a friend, the same friend who suggested that I play this, what kind of Tolkien-based races, or of the Tolkien-based races, which race I identify with. And I'll concede that I don't really know Tolkien's works as well as I would hope to. I have the Silmarillion, I have the Lord of the Rings books, I have The Hobbit, and the Silmarillion's a very hard read. I've bounced off of it a couple of times, and I've also, I guess I'm about halfway through The Hobbit. I need to get back to that. I've got a lot of books to read, and I've got a lot of games to play, and I have a habit of kind of focusing on one and then the other and then another instead of just finishing them. Which is a shame. I know that Tolkien's books are great. I know that, even to this day, he is one of the more important people in 20th century English literature, and he will remain one of the most important people in English literature as a whole. But I'd say, based off of my understanding of the races, I love the jovial nature of dwarves. I love, like in The Hobbit, I love how the dwarves are very friendly, for the most part. They're very friendly towards Bilbo, and they're very, they love to eat good food and smoke their pipes and have a drink and everything. And it's like, yeah, I like that about the dwarves, but the whole idea of living underground and all of that's a bit too claustrophobic for me. Humans, of course, in these kind of fantasy settings are always just the problematic race, much like they are in real life. They're always up to no good, or they're always having these petty problems. But, ultimately it seems that the humans will always come together with the other races to fight the great evil that is attacking the land. But I'd say I like the elves in this game, but I've always liked the idea of the elves in Tolkien's work as well. I like the idea of just kind of living in the forest and hunting, stalking around with a bow and just living with nature. I like that. There's a certain anarchy to that is very attractive to me. So I guess of the, Tolkien races, humans, dwarves, elves, I wouldn't consider myself empathetic at all with orcs or the like. It's just, there's nothing attractive about that. But I don't know that if you consider wizards a race, this game certainly doesn't treat wizards or sorcerers as a race, more of a class kind of thing. But the impression I always got, and of course, somebody like my friend Sam could easily correct me on this. But it's always seemed to me like the wizards of Tolkien's work are almost a separate race, kind of like the elves in a way, but they're separate from humans. I'm not quite sure, but they seem to have more of a, I don't know, there's more of a almost pre-existent kind of quality about them where they existed separately from mankind and separately from the elves, and that they're a very old race. But of course, like I said, I don't know Tolkien's work very well. I don't know the lore very well, so I'm completely open to correction about what the wizards and sorcerers and the like actually are in the context of that stuff. But to answer the question that was put forth to me about which race I identify with, it's probably definitely elves, and that's partially why I took this took that as my race in this game. I don't necessarily identify with the elves in this game being enslaved and everything. I can't identify with that, but in the Lord of the Rings, or rather in Tolkien's work in Middle Earth, it seems to me that elves like to just kind of keep to their own and just live out their lives peacefully in the woods, but that they do, to some extent, rise up to the occasion whenever something needs to be done for the realm. So, I mean, you see that at the beginning, and I've only seen the Lord of the Rings movies. I haven't read the books, but you see that in the kind of the prologue of the first Lord of the Rings movie with the battle at Mount Doom. You see the elves fighting alongside the men. Interestingly, you don't see the dwarves. So, see, now I'm interested in reading into it all and seeing what's going on there. But anyway, let's talk to Pivel. Pivel? I think that's how you say his name.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Galan? Is he truly lost to us?
I'm going to just defer to what the Grey Warden said here. The Grey Warden says he is gone, but I'm not sure.
Even if he's not, he must leave soon. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
Yeah, I don't recognize that poem. I liked it, though.
Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlin brought a quickening to our blood that changed.
Interesting.
Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the Elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days.
Okay, that's super interesting, and I was going to bring that up when I was talking about Tolkien's elves, about how they're, to my understanding, they're essentially immortal unless they decide to die, which is very interesting, I think. But it's interesting that the elves of this world were at one time immortal, and that they would enter a deep sleep like that. I think that's intriguing. But yes, the Keeper wants me to tell you to prepare a service.
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil. We shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper, it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
Thank you. I don't know.
Is he a good man?
The Grey Warden seems to be okay. I don't really know what motivation he would have to not be good. I don't know. But because I don't know, I'm going to say I truly cannot tell.
Interesting. What is it he talks to the keeper about, I wonder? Perhaps you should go and ask.
I do want to hear more about the history, but I don't know if I should soak up a lot of time in the LP with that. Let's at least see a question or two.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Yeah, are there any books of our history?
When the humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life and retained nothing of our
That's depressing.
We were slaves for so long that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. If books still exist, I do not know.
That is actually genuinely depressing. The idea of not only being enslaved, but having your very identity stripped from you. And I think that's something that you can see throughout our history with certain forms of slavery. Just the hatred of the master for the slave's culture and the stripping away of that, and attempts at assimilating the slave to their own culture. It's very, that loss of identity is very depressing. Yeah, I'd like to know what happened to the elves who didn't join the Dalish.
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had. We call them Flat Ears, for they differ little from their Shemlin masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
So the Dalish have taken it upon themselves to be the keepers of their history, it seems. And they do look down upon the city elves. That little line about calling them flat ears, that's very telling. I think that's all extremely interesting. But why do the humans allow us to exist if they hate us so much?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure. And we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
So the elves, obviously, I've been muting my microphone in these dialogue bits, so if there was a weird thing there, I apologize. But it seems that the elves have some hope at maintaining their history and their lore. It's very interesting. I mean, I think what he said is spot on, though. Humans in these kinds of things definitely, they're not going to bother the elves because the elves don't have anything they want. And that's very hard to accept, that that's kind of human nature. I mean, you look at wars throughout history, they're almost all about somebody having something that someone else wants. Somebody trying to take something that somebody else has. And because the elves here, they don't have anything the humans want, the humans are kind of apathetic about their existence. I feel like this question about do you ever think we'll find another homeland, that feels contrary to how the Dalish live, but let's ask that anyway.
We can hope to find a new home one day, where the Dalish and the Flat Ears will build a land greater even than our Lathan. We shall teach the Flat Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlin at last. That is the only way we shall truly...
Okay, so that answer was actually extremely mature. While the Dalish may look down on the Flat Ears a bit, they, at least like with this guy, he seems to have hope that the Dalish and the Flat Ears will live together just as elves, and that they can have a mutual sharing of understanding. The Dalish can share their understanding of the lore and of their history and their traditions and their ways and everything, their culture. And the Flat Ears can teach the elves how to understand the humans. I think that's an extremely mature approach to this. So thank you.
Then I'm sure you have much to do. Unless you've got the questions. Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalin.
Okay. So this is very interesting. Let's talk to Finarel for a minute here. He's still just drenched in blood.
Those creatures.
Like, dude, go take a bath.
Why do you think the Grey Warden won't
Go
take
rinse
the
off.
cure? It seems rather cruel to withhold it.
It seems rather cruel to withhold the cure. I really don't know why he would withhold it, but there has to be a reason, but I don't know that it's something terrible. So I'm just going to go with I have no idea.
Keeper Marathari won't let him withhold it. I say we get your cure, move the clan north, and put this all behind us.
I can't disagree with that. So let's talk to Duncan.
Your keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order
Yep,
is
I knew it. Called it.
You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
I would be honored, but how did this come about?
The Darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
Okay, remember on the last episode when I talked about really liking the subtitles in this game? Right now, when it's completely covering up a character's face, I don't really like that. But I'm actually very fond of the fact that the last thing he said is still there for me to be able to respond to. Helps to keep me on track, and helps me to be a bit more accurate in choosing my answer, be more careful. The clan feels like it's very important to the Dalish, and I feel like to properly roleplay this character, I should ask the question of, will I be able to return?
We do not know. But we could not watch you suffer. The Grey Warden offers you a way to survive.
This is not simply charity on my part. I would not offer this if I did not think you had the makings of a Grey Warden. Let me be clear. You will likely never return here. We go to fight the Darkspawn, a battle that will take us far from your clan. But we need you, and others like you.
Why should we trust him?
A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun the storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against the blight should that day arrive.
Okay, that makes sense.
It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty, and mercy.
And see, that goes with what I was just saying about Tolkien's elves as well. I accept.
I welcome you to the Order.
He
It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalin. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. Sir, are you ready to go?
I feel like it's only right to stay for Tamlin's funeral, but I'd like to say the little crossed arms thing. This Grey Warden's out here dropping the Wakanda forever stuff.
Let your clan embrace you one last time.
So yeah, so far, really enjoying the background that I've chosen here of being a Dalish elf. I forget if you can turn off trophy pops on the PS3. That kind of pulls you out of the immersion of the game. All right, well, I mean, there we go. We've, I guess, made it through the very first part of the game. We've crawled through a couple of dungeons, and we've fought some of these Ginlocks. I think I said Grinlock earlier. Am I illiterate? Anyway, well, let's see where we're going from here. And after that, I think we're going to call this an episode. And this load screen feels a little bit longer than the others, so I feel like, yeah, we're getting a big, there we go, big cutscene stuff. Ostagar.
Long ago, to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands, it's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The king's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, and here is where the bulk of the horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment.
Oh, this feels very, a lot like the meeting at Kaer Morhen for the big battle in The Witcher 3. Spoilers for The Witcher 3.
Oh there, Duncan.
King Kaelar, I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
This is she.
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Oh there, friend.
This guy seems jovial and friendly. I'm Ilaria.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable
We do.
skill and honor.
Dang, that first dialogue option is cold. Yeah, I thought humans consider us dangerous vagrants. It's a solid answer. You know of us feels a bit more on brand.
I wish I knew more, but your people aren't exactly fond of mine, for good reasons. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
How does he see past the pauldrons on his armor?
We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Yeah, you sound very confident.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Just because you said that, we're gonna see one.
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Apparently my character's been practicing the Wakanda Forever.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day.
Duncan so far seems to be a very pragmatic man, and I appreciate that. That is a good question, I think. That's a bit cold. Alright, what would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Terran Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
Yeah, what ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual
Gotcha.
joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you. If it had been possible, I would have done it before now.
Well, it makes sense that he wouldn't tell me about the cure before. Goodness. What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay, well, that feels like a really good place to call it for now. So far, I am definitely enjoying the game. And I look forward to continuing this playthrough. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. See you guys.